Welcome to the timeline of English literature from 1400 to 1600. In this journey, we will trace how poetry, prose, and drama evolved across 2 centuries. Each author not only represents his own age but also connects with the next, forming a continuous chain in the history of English literature. Geoffrey Chaucer, often called the father of English poetry, lived from about 1340 to 1400. He began the Canterbury Tales around 1387, though it remained unfinished at his death in 1400. His earlier poem, The Book of the Duchess, was written around 1368. Chaucer established the narrative voice, realistic characters, and poetic rhythm that influenced English writers for centuries. His medieval storytelling becomes the foundation upon which Renaissance poets like Wyatt and Spenser later built. More than a century after Chaucer, Sir Thomas Wyatt, born in 1503, brought the Italian sonnet into English. His famous poem Remembrance, written in the 1530s, reflects courtly love and personal reflection. Wyatt bridges medieval traditions and Renaissance humanism. His innovations in form prepared the ground for Spenser's and Sidney's poetic achievements later in the 16th century. Edmund Spenser, born in 1552, is celebrated as the poet's poet. His Epithalamion was published in 1595, and Prothalamion in 1596. Spenser inherits Chaucer's allegorical richness and Wyatt's lyrical style but transforms them into highly sophisticated Renaissance poetry. His Fairy Queen also celebrates Elizabethan ideals. In him, medieval tradition and Renaissance innovation truly unite. Sir Philip Sidney, born in 1554, was both a poet and critic. He wrote an Apologie for Poetry in 1580, published posthumously in 1595. While Spenser practiced poetry, Sidney defended it. His treatise argues that poetry teaches virtue by delight. Thus, Sidney's prose is directly connected with the poetic experiments of Wyatt and Spenser, giving him theoretical justification. Francis Bacon, born in 1561, published his first essays in 1597. Among them are of truth, of studies, of friendship, of adversity, of revenge, and of ambition. Bacon represents a new prose style, brief, aphoristic, and rational. If Sidney's prose defends poetry, Bacon's prose promotes practical wisdom. Together they illustrate how Renaissance prose balanced imagination with philosophy. The Book of Job, originally a Hebrew text, reached Renaissance England through translations such as the Tyndale Bible of 1526 and the Geneva Bible of 1560. Its language of suffering, justice, and divine questioning echoes in Elizabethan drama. When we later read Marlowe's Dr. Faustus, we find similar moral struggles about sin, punishment, and the human condition. Thomas Kyd, born in 1558, wrote the Spanish tragedy around 1587 to 1592. This play introduced the revenge tragedy model, later perfected by Shakespeare in Hamlet. Kyd connects with the moral questioning of the Bible and sets the dramatic stage for Marlowe's exploration of human ambition. Christopher Marlowe, born in 1564, wrote Dr. Faustus around 1592, published in 1604. Marlowe gives us the Renaissance man's thirst for knowledge, echoing Bacon's intellectual curiosity but in tragic form. His drama bridges philosophy, theology, and human ambition, linking prose ideas with theatrical passion. Ben Jonson, born in 1572, staged Every Man in His Humour in 1598. His play marks a shift from tragedy to comedy, focusing on realistic characters governed by humours, or dominant traits. While Kyd and Marlowe explored human ambition and revenge, Jonson turns to human folly and satire. This completes the circle of Renaissance drama. Timeline chart. This chart brings the whole period together. Chaucer in the 14th century. Wyatt reviving poetry in the 1500s. Spenser refining it in the 1590s. Sidney defending poetry. Bacon shaping prose. The Bible deepening language. Kyd introducing tragedy. Marlowe elevating it. Jonson shaping comedy. A clear line runs from one writer to the next. Memory ladder. Chronology. Finally, let's memorize this literary ladder: Chaucer, Wyatt, Spenser, Sidney, Bacon, Kyd, Marlowe, and Jonson. From medieval storytelling to Renaissance poetry, prose, and drama, English literature grew in continuity, each writer building upon the past. This interconnection is the essence of Unit 1.